What do you love most about America?
What do I love about America? Land of the free and the brave. Are you serious? I'm a total patriot. I fucking love America. Like, I fly the flag on 4th of July. I would fly it all the time, except it's like almost racist to do so in this modern era, you know? Because it's like so confounded with like all this weird, divisive and biased and like not understanding of people's sort of thing. I love America. My family's, some of my ancestors, you know, came fresh off the boat. My grandparents, other of my ancestors came 10 years after the Mayflower in fucking 1636. America is the place where, you know, the melting pot thing, people say, oh, that's a bullshit thing because it's not a melting pot, it's a salad bowl and our cultures don't mix, but they just like mingle. And it's like, are you serious? It's both. It's a fucking curry, it's a pilaf. I'll make a meatball out of that. I could make it vegan if you want. Like, you know, this is a place where I can have an Indian dude in my house and a black chick and, you know, some girl from Wales or something, and we're all chilling so hard. Like, I don't know if that happens in other places. Maybe it does, hopefully so, and totally awesome. But, you know, the West Coast is a force to be reckoned with. California wants to be its own state, and basically it is. Some people are afraid of middle Americana stuff. They're awesome. They're patriots. They may have some misguided notions, but the bare bones of it is that America is a place where you can be free. And we all have strong opinions about stuff, or even light-hearted opinions about stuff. But either way, we're free to express them. So I think that America's totally bomb in that sense, and it's up to us to create our own destinies and do so in every moment of interactions with people. And it's every day. It's every day and in every way. And I think that boundaries are being constantly broken. And we are living in the future. So, you know, and I'm a white male, privileged dude, but also I'm a transgender dude. Like, I couldn't be alive in more countries than not, you know. I would be stoned to death if I was living in many other societies. But here in America, and it depends also on what state, like maybe if I'm in North Carolina, I'm not allowed to go in the men's room. But it's like, do they really want me in the women's room? Like, really? Like, are you serious? Like, you know, there's a two-way street with all this shit, but it's like, America's a place where we can speak our mind and also listen to someone else. And just because your question is about America, and I want to say this, something I saw this summer or this spring was like the most illustrative piece of work about like how our country currently is like divided, and actually has always been divided between people who want to like have a big heart and a big tent and let everyone in, and other people who want to have like more of like a, you know, a family, a smaller, like a like more like super trusting because we know each other vibe. And that America is the marriage of both of those things. And so that to the world we can present as we fucking have a big gun, but also we hate them and we love you and come in. Like, and that's what America's always been, is like this double thing about like, we hate you, we love you. So like, we can get in trouble, we can get out of trouble. Like, we need conservative people to help keep shit on some level, and we also need liberal people to have a heart. Whatever, I'm down with it. If you want to talk about it, pour me a whiskey. But we'll only talk about it for 5 minutes.
Balance is key, is the point. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, we're so divided right now that like we almost cannot even see the other people as humans, you know? But like, I'm a farmer and I live in an urban area, So I bridge like both a rural and an urban thing every single day, you know? And it's like, I'm a white male and I'm a transgender person. So I'm also like dealing with both shit every day, you know? So, and luckily I'm in America, or the United States of America, you know? Because this is a time in the world, and you know what else? People need to just get the fuck over all this shit. It's like, are you serious right now? Do you sleep with your head on a pillow? Is your bed infested with fleas and made out of hay and dirt and sticks? Like, do you have sores all over your body and you're totally thirsty and dying right now? Like, all this shit is first world problems. Like, and yes, it's totally worth discussion and interrogation and observation, but also worth an open mind and a tiny bit of like salt of the earth of like, we're all made of stardust. Like, can you believe like the luck that has come into play with like us being made out of like neurons and electrons and whatever, like tiny physics, tiny shit. Like, and you can drink a fucking smoothie. Like, relax. Like,
what are your thoughts about sustainability, and what measures have you taken towards it?
Well, I think we're all constantly thinking about sustainability as organic farmers. And it's hard too. And, you know, sometimes it's uncomfortable. It's like, could I be driving a bigger truck right now? Or am I squeezing 3 people in the cab of a little 1997 Toyota Tacoma? Because it gets pretty good mileage, you know? Is there stuff that I could do that's more lucrative but requires more environmental input? Potentially, yes. Is that the right move? At times it is. Like, you know, part of sustainability is keeping your business afloat. Because if I'm not doing organic farming, then I'm probably not like winning as many eco credits as I currently am. Drip irrigation, awesome, but sometimes you need to put a sprinkler on it. You know, all this stuff is like a calculus. Like, every farmer is thinking all the time, and people have this weird conception of farmers of being this like kind of dumb, like buck-toothed people. And it's like, are you freaking serious? Farmers think about stuff so deeply, so immediately, and so far away. Right. You know, in the same instant. So yeah, sustainability is on my mind. You know, like, can I grow some flowers that I basically am not going to have any use for, but like some butterflies are going to be down with it? Yeah, I've got time to do that. Like, I think a lot of sustainability stuff is like, if you are going around the world feeling so rushed all the time, you know, all you want is like a to-go takeout container and to just trash it. Like, but don't you know, it only takes actually less time to make a pot of food and bring it with dishes. Like, packing your lunch is one of the most sustainable things that people can do. In my opinion. Eating more vegetarian and vegan food is also totally awesome. But in the same note, knowing like, can you sustain that lifestyle like all day long or all week long? Maybe not, but maybe for lunch you can. You know, like incremental baby steps. But when is it going to be that we all just need to do a radical change? Actually, Nicholas, what you're doing is super sustainable. Like, so many people are consuming so much stuff so that they can have a house. And they're making all this money and spending all this money so that they can have their big carbon footprint with their big, comfortable, you know, McMansion with their air conditioning on and, you know, all this like creature comforty stuff. But if you can open your heart the way that you have been doing for years already to participate in the sharing economy, then that can dramatically step back on your carbon footprint. But it's a leap of faith. Like, you got to put yourself out there to be like, can I sleep in this guy's house, or is it going to be weird? Like, can I trust people? I think it relies on trust.
What are some of the issues you've faced in regard to properly staffing for your farm's needs?
Well, actually, I totally usually have plenty of like candidates. Usually, more of my problem is I feel sad about turning down people who I think are going to be really awesome. Because I have a 2-bedroom apartment and 1 room is for woofers, and sometimes we can crash somebody on the couch, or you know, I've also like built a little shed in the garden and like a little garden gnome woofer, if they're the right person and down for that, you know. The one thing that can be difficult is when people confirm their reservation and then bail last minute, and that whole time that spot is blocked out. And so I try to tell people up front, like, I'm like, look, okay, awesome, you seem really cool, like, I want to let you, you know, I want to have you, I want to host you. The most disheartening thing for me is when I honestly, like, set a place for them at the table because I think they're coming for dinner that night and they're arriving. And then it's like 8:30 and I call them and they're like in a different state because their plans changed and they didn't even let me know. And it's like, I feel like weirdly like broken up with or like stood up. It's like, really? You think I'm a piece of shit? Like, I'm sorry, I was about to like have you as my new best friend for 10 days and you just bail without even telling me? Like, fuck you! Fuck you! Like, I don't say that, but it hurts. Like, if you say you're gonna go somewhere, put it on your fucking calendar and not say that you're gonna go 4 places at once. Because that is so rude. It's just like, okay, this person, I set the table for them, then they bail, and I'm thinking about all these other people that I had to tell, oh no, sorry, we're booked for that week.
Right.
You know, when they would have wanted to be here. And then I'm like left in the lurch like, okay, like I guess I'll just pick like, you know, 300 pounds of cucumbers myself today and just stay there really late, you know, and cry. And fucking cry. And eat all of your food too that I bought for you. Orange juice and coffee. But also, like, I understand, like, people's like, it's not the biggest deal in the world too. Like, someone does some shit like that, I'm not gonna fucking rat him out on the WWOOF host only forum. Like, it's like, life goes on, like, get a grip.